award-winning Spotlight East Windsor with Mayor Janice s.mironov.
Good evening. The name of the program is Spotlight East Windsor Ask the Mayor. The mayor's name is Janice s.mironov. My name is Dick Cunningham. On Wednesday, May 8th, Mayor s.mironov presented her annual State of the Township address before the Mid-Jersey Chamber of Commerce luncheon. What follows is that State of a Township address in its entirety. Watch.
Thank you, and I want to welcome all of you. I appreciate your joining with us today. This is a once-a-year opportunity sponsored by the Mid-Jersey Chamber. I still have to get used to that. And thanks to great sponsors as First Choice allowing me this forum to share with you news about East Windsor. And the first subject I'm just going to talk about briefly because it really is at the core of the operation of a town and certainly businesses as well, is just a little bit about our budget, finances, and issues that affect that. We believe very strongly in East Windsor that we have managed the town in a very responsible and fiscally conservative manner. You need only look at our budget, our spending document, as well as the municipal component of our tax rate to reach that same conclusion. And in fact, there was just a study that was released by New Jersey comparing tax rates throughout the state for municipalities. And while our school and county ranked about midway average in the state, the municipal component of the taxes in East Windsor was at 50% of the state average. So there's clear support. Our rate is among the lowest in the county and in the region, and we take great pride that we work very hard to provide a high quality of services, which we do for our residents, and we do it in a very cost-effective manner, which, you know, at the core, you all run businesses, you're involved with businesses. You know, at the end of the day, that is the bottom line to a large degree, and as a town, we share that view, and that is how we approach municipal government as well. We've been able to do that in many ways. We are very painstaking in looking at all of our spending, all of our programs. We've been certainly very proactive in going out to the private sector where it's made sense. We've got a whole slew of services that we share and joint cooperative programs with which, in which we participate to assist that. The couple things I do have to just mention on the troublesome, problematic side in terms of budgeting and finances, as you have probably seen, and it was just a very big article in the Star Ledger regarding tax appeals throughout the state of New Jersey and the tremendous challenge and financial and cash problem that is presenting for municipalities. We certainly are a victim of that same course of action. We certainly understand that people don't want to pay more taxes than they feel they need to, and we are sympathetic to and share that as well. But with the volatile values in the housing and commercial market, what is occurring to towns is that the valuation of our base, the assessed valuation of our base, is being reduced. There are dramatic new numbers of tax appeals, tax refunds that are being made. At the end of the day, the amount of money that we have to raise as a town doesn't change. And so it's basically a multiplier of the assessed value times the tax rate. So if the assessed value goes down, then the tax rate goes up. And frankly, our tax rate increase this year was attributable in almost its entirety, and I could even say its entirety, to that situation in our communities, the tax appeals, the refunds, and then the impact on our reserve fund collected taxes. And just two quick budget notes I have to share, and then I'm going to move on to more interesting things. But you know, whenever I have an audience as a mayor, I have to tell you that, number one, for those of you who don't know, municipal governments have to appropriate in their budgets a reserve for uncollected taxes, because no matter what happens, the schools and the county have to get their money. So even if you don't pay your money, or you get a refund, or you get a reduction, I have to pay the school and the county. In the East Windsor budget, there is $1 million. Okay, that's 4 cents on the rate. That buys nothing, absolutely nothing. But we have to include it because we have to pay everyone else no matter what occurs. Second part that most people don't realize, okay, is that when somebody files a tax appeal and they either get a tax credit or a refund, the town bears the entire burden of that. We have to pay back the school taxes. We also have to pay the county, although there is a future adjustment that occurs with that. We have to pay everything back. That's mind-blowing. In East Windsor, I'm 15% of the tax bill. And so you can't only imagine what that does to cash flow, what that does to the assessed value of our base, and what it does to the tax rate of the municipal government. So just I need to share all those thoughts with you. Now, what does that mean? That means the state needs to pay a little more attention to these issues. This is an issue that is ripe for involvement by the state. It's not fair, it's not equitable, and the state needs to do something about it. What else can the state do? The state can give us our energy receipts back. You know, it's mind-blowing that people in Trenton get up and say what a great job they've done in terms of not raising taxes, and how we folks at the local level, well, we need to be watched after because we're not such good stewards of your money. Well, I'll go head-to-head with anybody on that issue, but you know, the energy receipts belong to us. And you know, if you would stop diverting it to plug holes in the state budget and pay for your spending programs, then we could have a little bit more property tax relief at the local level for our businesses as well as our residents. And it's about time that that be rectified. Now, the other thing that occurs in New Jersey is we have this screwed up tax system, unlike any other state in the United States, whereby property taxes pay for education, they pay for local government, they pay for county government. So they are the highest property taxes in the United States. Okay? Now, isn't it time that they do something about that down in Trenton as well? So, and actually, while I'm on this, before I move on again to giving you some great updates about our wonderful year in East Windsor, let me just add that the latest diversion of money is that there's now an effort down in Trenton to take our housing trust funds. Okay? Now, you know, let me tell you why that's really a big problem. Whether you're for affordable housing, you're not for affordable housing, isn't even really the issue. Okay? There is a Supreme Court case in New Jersey that says that every municipality has or will have a certain obligation that they have to meet. Now, that is under litigation. It's been under litigation for 4 years. It's been unclear. The state and COA have refused to pass any kind of regulations as to what committing the monies will mean for towns, how you commit your monies, when you're safe. None of that. But COA met recently. They hadn't met in over 2 years. They met to take a vote that the towns now have to forfeit the money that they haven't spent because there are no state regulations, and the requirements for affordable housing and the mechanisms to comply with any requirements are under litigation in the courts. Okay? Very crazy, isn't it? So where does that leave all of us? They take our money. Then the court or the administration comes back and says, this is your obligation. This is what you now have to do. Well, who do you think is going to pay for it? You all property taxpayers, whether you're businesses or homeowners, you're going to pay for that. That's absurd. So that's my opening. Now I have to open that way because I love New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey. I've lived in New Jersey except for the years I was in college and law school. And I will even share with you that contrary to the expectation of some of those closest to me that I wasn't going to come back because I was in two great places. You know, I was in the Boston area and I was in Washington, D.C. And trust, I had opportunities to stay in those places. I was working in both places during the times I was there, and I came back to New Jersey. So I love New Jersey. I grew up here. I'm staying here. I'm committed to it. But, you know, we do some pretty crazy things in this state, and we need to straighten them out. And it will make our life at the local level a lot easier. It will make your life as businesses a lot more prosperous if some of those things occur. So I'm here to tell you that we're going to continue to be an advocate on those things. We want to work with all of you. We want to work with our chamber. We want to work with our businesses. And we need to get some of those things in our state a little more right. Okay, having said all that, East Windsor is in very Excellent, very optimistic state. I'm supposed to tell you the state of East Windsor this year. And I expect that as we go forward into 2013, we're going to be on a real roll. We've had some positive turnabouts in terms of our finances and budget. We've always been very stable, very responsible, very solid, but we've been very good caretakers of our money, and we see some good things coming in that direction, or certainly better things. First of all, one of our largest companies and employers, and one that's been really a tremendous corporate asset to all of us. And we have the head of that company here today is undertaking a 73,000 square foot addition to their 211,000 square foot facility. And I'd like to just thank and welcome Ed Houlihan, the great president of Shiseido America here in East Windsor Township. I've been through with them through their entire tenure here in town. I had the chance to welcome them to the community, and I'm thrilled to be here to see them grow, and we're going to look forward to them continuing to grow. In that same area of town, we have a great project, the Sci Park Technology and Science Center. We saw in this past year that Elementis moved into the first building, the 66,000 square foot building. Down the road, we have an approved assisted living facility, Seasons at East Windsor on Princeton Heightstown Road. This is all the Princeton Heightstown Road news, and we will look forward to that taking off, breaking ground this year. And on what is really very exciting news, I think for us, we have a building on 571 that anybody who has been through East Windsor, you have to know it. It's called the PAT Center, PA Center Building. This building was designed by the English architect, Sir Richard Rogers. He was also the architect of the Georges Pompidou Cultural Center in Paris, and it is kind of our architectural center. And we are very excited to be able to announce that Innovo, a specialty pharmacy facility, has taken that facility and will be moving in. And I know that Patrick Patel and Snehal Patel, are you here as well? There you are, over here. And I heard they won something, so they're already off to a roll. Okay. Route 130. We have lots of activity along Route 130, and I'm going to share information with you that probably is not known to anybody today on some of the new developments that we are seeing there. I'm going to start at the north end and just work my way down because there's lots to tell you, and I want to kind of snip through it. The former police barracks on the south side still remains a prime gateway property for us, and we have met with people, and we're very eager to see that develop into something really attractive and high rate as an opening site to East Windsor Township. Just across the way, we have a new approved facility, Rainbow Academy, a new 10,000 square foot daycare center. Moving down, we've got a center, the East Windsor Town Center Plaza, which has remained quite a stable, attractive, and vibrant center. We've had a number of new stores there. Let's Yo Yogurt, I think one of our local favorites, and with our students as well. DeBusco's Pizzeria, Pet Value has seen an expansion there, and so we've had a constant good flow of positive activity there. One of the most exciting things that we look forward to in the coming year is the Americana Hospitality Group has a new project. You will see it is a 3-building project just north of Princeton Heightstown Road. It will consist of a 3-story retail and office facility. There will also be a daycare facility. I believe it's Children of America. And the front building has actually already been overhauled and revitalized. And if you look in that area, it looks tremendous. It's very attractive, and it's a great new look of that area. And we're very proud of this, and we're hoping in the summer we're going to do a groundbreaking for the project going forward. And of course, Constantine Katsifis, who is our Americana owner, and other entrepreneurs here, and I'd like to say thank you for all your good work and commitment to the community. Okay, continuing down Route 130, we've seen Bottle King move into what had previously been the Randall's Furniture Store. Very attractive, new, modern look. Fits right in with a great look for 130. Continuing down across the way is the the Chase Bank Center, and there are approvals for an expansion of that center. And the first part of that project that we are pleased to be able to share with you is at Pinero's, who will be moving into that facility. And I'm sure that they will do fantastic, and it'll give me someplace from Town Hall to run around the corner and do non-Town Hall business. So that's always a good thing. Charlie Brown's Steakhouse has reopened just off of 130, going down 571. First Choice Bank, of course, our great sponsor, has a great upgraded new facade facility on 571, which is great. Another very, very exciting part of 130 is the Windsor Heights Shopping Center. It's been a center that has been in need of some new tenants, of some new work. We were very fortunate in town that last July 2012, Advance Realty purchased the center, and they have been very aggressive in leasing activity as well as looking at other ways to enhance the operations of the center. But they have indicated that I am free to tell you today that they are in negotiations with several national franchise companies, and two of them, which I can tell you now, or signed up. Retro Fitness is going to be going into a 12,500 square foot space. They are a well-known company with a, they say they have a high-value, low-cost concept model for their facility. Also, Bottom Dollar will be taking a large part of his former Superfresh facility, and they hope to be in by some point in the fall. And there will be other announcements by the center with respect to both tenants as well as work on the center. So we're very excited about that, and that is good news for us as we move forward. Just going on down Route 130, the Windsor Grand Cafe is going to be opening in what was the Claremont. That should be in the next couple of months. They will have a brand new menu. They have shared it with me, and I think it will be a great asset to the community. As we continue down, the East Windsor Recreation Center, if you know where that is, our bowling alley, and this really is retro, is that we are going to be having a ground round. That was indicated earlier as well. The Beacon Chevrolet building, it's almost a matter of choosing. There is so much interest in the site that every day there's someone new that is interested in looking at it, and we are fully confident that before the year's end that there will be a tenant, and there'll be something that will add value to our community. What we call the MET building. In fact, that's this, there it is. That is the colorized elevation of what that building will look like. It has been purchased. It will be a primary care facility, and as you can see, it's going to be in line with the new architectural look that we are going to be seeing for much of 130 as some of these new projects take place and some of the buildings change over. Coleman Auto Building. We expect within the month that there will be an announcement of the new tenant for that building. In fact, we more than expect. We are quite confident that that announcement will be coming very shortly. So that will also be back on the block. We have another shopping center that was approved, a retail center, All-Star Retail, and we are hopeful. There's been a lot of interest, dialogue, and you know, I always see when they file DEP notices and so forth, and when I see those, I also know something is going on. So we are hopeful that this year we'll see potentially that project moving as well. And moving down to the Windsor Crossing Center, we've got Pulte Design Center was set up there in that freestanding building to service the whole region for home design for their buildings. And they do have a project in town on Airport Road, Windsor Cove, 51 large homes on relatively sizable lots that they are actually near completion on. So that's the Route 130, and I would neglect if I did not, while I'm discussing Route 130, not talk about Route 33, In some parts of the state, they're on the same signs, 130, 33. We completed a study funded by the Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission with a $100,000 grant. We have released the results of the study. We have model ordinances and guidelines to move forward on. And we, at this point, are on a timeline to move forward, to put in place, implement, and undertake a very aggressive implementation strategy with respect to that project. That is actually right off of 130. It is in the area where Hold'em and Ford is, Home Depot. If you go up that way, that entire corridor of East Windsor up through Heightstown, we did it as a joint collaborative project, but we expect to be moving aggressively forward on that. We've already begun to take several actions. Over on the Turnpike area of East Windsor, the other 33, we also have a grant that we have received to undertake a study in that area, again with the generosity of the DVRPC. We have kicked that study off. We're very excited that obviously area of town has many new opportunities with the Turnpike project, with the widening, with the relocation of the interchange. We want to make sure that we position ourselves to best take advantage of those opportunities to bring in high-value commercial ratables to our community. Just a couple quick things also over that side. Woodside Center, also a Constantine project on 33. It's a complex of 2 restaurants and a daycare center, and we are hopeful to see that move forward this year. In the business park over in that area, we've had discussions and prospects with several new businesses moving into that area. There's only one that I can talk about today, though, but I am confident will be followed by others. Is that at 55 Twin Rivers Drive. We have a new dietary supplement manufacturing company that has taken that 27,000 square foot building called Excel RX. Obviously, I mentioned the Turnpike project. Roadways are something that certainly are important to businesses, to our residents. And just very quickly, in 2012, we did work to Dutch Neck Road between Hickory Corner and Oak Creek with a state grant. We also did some remaining parts of what we call Warren Park, Chestnut Drive, Glen Oak Drive, Primrose Lane, Cedar Lane, and the DOT did resurfacing work on one of the lanes of Route 130. Going into 2013, we've received a state grant for Yorkshire Drive, which is a major connector in our community and services our middle school. We're also going to be looking at Conover Road, which is another major connector in our community. Both of those are very much in need of work and improvement to the surface. Other major projects that we are moving forward on. One is the intersection realignment at 130 Hankins and Conover. In fact, we just discussed it at the council meeting. We now have fully engineered construction plans. We have submitted to the DOT the access permit. We have submitted to the DEP the necessary wetlands related access, or not access, but permits. We have been working with those departments to expedite those, and we are hoping that we can get that project on track. Basically, would realign 130 Hankins and Conover to a single point controlled by a traffic signal. And we have been working with Robbinsville on that, and we have their full support, and we will be working out jointly the resources to ensure the project does, in fact, move forward. We also are going to be continuing this year to work on the Landing Boulevard South. This is an additional linkage road that we're looking forward to putting between the municipal building, East Windsor Village, across to the shopping center that I've referenced, and allow a better linkage among the public and private and a much safer one so that the vehicles can get back and forth in a very safe fashion. We just received the Transportation Enhancement Grant from the DOT, thank you, that we will be using for work along 571, transit-friendly and sidewalks. And we also have been working with the Central Jersey Forum through the DVRPC with respect to enhancing public transportation east-west in this area. In fact, their Transportation Action Task Force, I guess it is. I think it's TAT. This is now the #1 priority of the forum as endorsed by the forum, and we've been a participant on that, and we're hoping to see some good results in that direction as well. Open space environment always continues to be a top important area for us, and just very quickly, We did receive another Green Acres grant of $325,000 to use toward acquiring additional open space properties within our community. We're continuing with our no net loss tree reforestation program. That's an old battle, and it's now history, but the money has all been provided, and we are trying to use it to the best interests of our community. We achieved bronze level certification from Sustainable Jersey. We're very proud of that accomplishment, and we'll be continuing forward. We are going to be launching in the fall a community garden program for our community. Our Health Advisory Board has been very active in forwarding that. We just reconstructed the Bear Brook pathway along Hickory Corner Road that got decimated in the recent storm, and we were able to do that with FEMA support. And we've got a very major pathway, Disbro Hill Trail, that will be under construction in the coming weeks, funded by really two grants, $24,000 grant from the DEP and a $100,000 grant from the DOT. We also have an active housing rehabilitation program, also funded by grant, Community Development Block Grant from the Department of Community Affairs. The one item I didn't talk about was the turnpike, so let me do that quickly. I figured that would be the note to end on. I know that's an interest for everybody. The turnpike widening project is slated to be completed, so they say, mid-2014. We'll see. Meanwhile, there have been some developments. The interchange in East Windsor, which was being relocated, has in fact been opened. It's on the east side of the turnpike now. It's got 12 booths. And if you travel the 3 miles to get there as you come off the turnpike, it's a great enhancement. Unfortunately, there's other parts of it that aren't finished yet, like the bridge to 133. That was supposed to be an integral part of it, is not yet open. They tell me it will be in early summer. Additionally, all the turning lanes are not open yet because there's cones and construction on them. So we are working with the turnpike right now to try to identify any issues, concerns, any changes in the circulation that maybe were not really intended and we might want to do something better about. But that project is moving forward, and I do encourage you to share any comments you have on it so that we can work those out while we still have the turnpike here in town. So as you can see, I'm out of my time, but there is a lot going on. There's a good cause for a lot of optimism in East Windsor this year. We have quite a number of projects that are moving forward. We have a number of others that you will see in the coming months. I just want to stress, as I do to all of you, that we really make it a point to reach out to our businesses. I hope that our new businesses that are joining us can attest that we reach out. We're proactive about meeting with prospective new businesses, trying to make them feel right at home, see what we can do to help them. I also just want to mention we just gave out our 2012 Business Awards, and Moe's Southwest Grill. You're here, right? Are you here? Yeah. Okay. Give him a hand. He's one of our three. Forgot to, that's Bud Patel. We also have Pack Mail, and then Dairy Queen, which run by the Vardakas family, and we'll be celebrating 50 years here in East Windsor. And that's a longevity that we hope for all of our businesses. We're here. We want to work with you. We want to see you prosper. If you prosper, we prosper. It's our families that own and run the businesses. We buy at the businesses. You help support our community, our activities, our programs. You contribute to our necessary revenue to run the municipal government. And obviously, we want you to be with us. We want you to be happy. We want you to flourish. And we want you to like being here in our community of East Windsor. So I want to thank so many of you for joining me today, and also for the great relationship that we have enjoyed. And thank you to the Mid-Jersey Chamber, and to Bob Pernetti, and to First Choice Bank for once again partnering with us for this hopefully positive and hopefully very useful event. So thank you.
And that'll do it for Spotlight East Windsor for Wednesday, May 8th. What you've just watched is the Mayor's State of the Township address for 2013. The Mayor and I will rejoin you again live on Wednesday, May 29th. On behalf of Mayor Mironov, I'm Dick Cunningham. Thank you for watching. Good night.